James May challenges Clarkson and invites Labour politicians to his pub after farmers' protest. It's not often that the Grand Tour co-stars James May and Jeremy Clarkson are on opposite sides of the fence, but when it comes to politics, and the ongoing farmers' protests, James has made his position crystal clear. While Clarkson has famously barred Labour ministers from his pub over political disagreements, James is rolling out the welcome mat and offering them a pint. Talk about a plot twist! James, who co-owns the Royal Oak pub in the picturesque Wiltshire village of Swallowcliffe, has become an unlikely voice of reason in the midst of the heated political discourse surrounding farming issues. Unlike his co-star, Clarkson, who has made his disdain for Labour policies quite vocal, including banning Labour ministers from his own pub long before the new inheritance tax rules were even announced, James sees things a bit differently. He's not only open to a pint with politicians, but he's also extending the invitation to Labour. "I'd love to have government ministers in for a pint," James declared, taking a stand that's both refreshing and somewhat unexpected. As the owner of a rural pub, I disagree with the idea of banning anyone. I believe the locals would have some interesting questions for them. The Royal Oak, located in the quiet village of Swallowcliffe, is one of just 2 public buildings in the area. If locals need a post office, a GP, or even a decent shop, they've got to make the 3-mile trek to Tisbury. So, James' perspective, shaped by his hands-on experience as a rural pub owner, gives him a unique window into the challenges faced by the farming community, and it seems he's ready to spark a conversation. When a Twitter user posted a fiery message calling for all Labour politicians to be banned from pubs and farmers' markets, James didn't hesitate to respond. "I disagree," he said, directly challenging the idea. "I think it would make for a very lively debate, perhaps even a sellout night. We could also give them some of your new gin," one follower suggested, with James playfully agreeing, adding, "That'd be quite the night." While some fans chimed in to voice their support for the open debate, one particularly insightful follower reminded everyone that even heated disagreements can lead to greater understanding. "My uncle believed that even extreme disagreement is better discussed to obtain understanding and respect, instead of hatred for what we fear. You might find that you have more in common than you think," they wrote. However, not all the comments were so civil. One cheeky Twitter user jokingly suggested that the politicians could first be put in the stocks on the village green before heading inside for a drink. A bit of light-hearted mischief, perhaps, but still plenty of room for a good old-fashioned British debate. Meanwhile, James has also been vocal about his concerns regarding the new inheritance tax rules, which would see owners of farms valued at more than £1 million forced to pay tax on their property. Previously, landowners could avoid inheritance tax entirely, a fact that's caught the attention of both James and his fans. "I'm trying to follow the great farming debate, but as an economics illiterate, I'm baffled," James admitted. "If a farm has a nominal value of, say, £3 million but only generates about £40,000 in income, how can it really be worth that much? I'm genuinely interested in hearing the answer to that question." As usual, the Twitter replies came thick and fast. One follower quipped, "How else will we cover the countryside with endless rows of tower blocks to house asylum seekers?" But James wasn't deterred, instead continuing his quest for answers in his typically thoughtful, if slightly bewildered, manner. While James has taken a more measured approach to the ongoing farming controversy, his Grand Tour co-star Jeremy Clarkson has been far more vocal. The star of Clarkson's farm has been highly critical of the government's handling of farming issues, even attending the London farmers' protest earlier this week despite being ordered to rest after major heart surgery. Clarkson was seen begging the government to back down on its controversial decisions, showing just how deeply he feels about the issues affecting farmers. It seems that, while May and Clarkson may both share a passion for farming and rural life, when it comes to the politics surrounding it, the two couldn't be more different. Clarkson's fiery stance and May's invitation for a pint with Labour ministers make for an entertaining contrast, and a reminder that in these turbulent times, sometimes the best way forward is through conversation, not confrontation. Will Clarkson continue to hold firm in his anti-Labour stance, or will James' more inclusive approach lead to some lively debates at the Royal Oak? Either way, it seems the Grand Tour stars are driving their own brand of political discourse, one pint at a time.